Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. My name is Vinnie and I'm joined with today's guest, Ivan. He's selling his dropshipping business on the Empire Flippers marketplace. So welcome to the show, Ivan, and how are you doing?
Hello, happy to be here. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Hope you had a good Christmas and a good New Year. Really looking forward to talking about your business, Ivan. And just before we, dive into the interview, let me just go over a really brief summary of what your business looks like. So today's listing is a drop shipping business that's in the pet care niche, and it was created in October 2019. The average monthly revenue for the business is $62,385, and it makes an average of $11,938 per month in net profit. The assets that are included in the sale are a domain with all of the site's contents and files, brand assets, including logos and photos, the full transfer ownership of the Google Ads account, employee contracts, an email list with over 20,000 subscribers, an email marketing funnels, supplier relationships, and a Facebook ads account. You can head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 49162 to learn more about the business. If you want to start your due diligence, just remember to unlock the listing first. That's the general overview of the business, Ivan, but let's find out a bit more about you. Can you tell me a bit about your background in building and running online businesses?
With my background, I started since I was in high school. I would research and start mini projects and get excited whenever I get sale, even if it was friends or family. Then eventually I found e-commerce, and I started by researching everything from nothing during school hours, recess to lunch, and especially my English class, which mostly we didn't do anything during that time. And now to millions of sales currently as of today. Eventually I would start multiple projects as I wanted to call myself the serial entrepreneur. And then to this day, I have great experience with e-commerce in general.
Yeah, that's awesome stuff. It sounds like you started really young and you ventured out and used those English classes to great effect in your entrepreneurial journey. Let me ask you, while you were learning about e-commerce, were there any communities or resources that were just really great inspiration or great learning tools for dropshipping businesses?
I just started looking in YouTube mostly, but mostly it was usually just searching it in Google because I couldn't watch videos during classes and all that recess and lunch during those times. And it was really hard to watch videos. So I just probably read the entire 10 pages of articles of every single dropshipping articles out there.
Got you.
That's how dedicated I was into learning it.
Yeah, awesome stuff. That's great dedication and focus there. Let me ask you, for people who are new to dropshipping or just online businesses in general, why do you think that dropshipping is great for someone who wants to get into the industry?
I specifically chose dropshipping because it's low upfront cost. And back then when I was a little high school kid, I didn't have the most money that everyone normally starts with the business. And I started with dropshipping and I liked it because I only pay when I get an order, and it's easy learning because all you need to do is run some ads, get a supplier, and hire a team for customer service and scale up from there.
Yeah, it makes sense. The low barrier to entry definitely makes sense because of the business model. So why did you choose to set up a dropshipping business in the pet care niche specifically?
I came up with the business in 2019 when we were looking for some products for a new addition to the family member, which was our dog. And at the same time of me with the peak interest of asking the question of what should I sell, an idea sparked and I wanted to try tap that certain niche. And it just magically worked at the time of me asking that question. So I gave Google Ads a shot and it worked. And every single day, my sales would double. So I couldn't sleep every day because it was really a happy moment for me. And I chose this niche because I wanted to give it a crack and see what people are actually looking for the certain niche, and I found it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I guess, yeah, like you say, I guess you found some opportunity there when you were trying to look for stuff for the newest member of the family.
Perfect timing for me, I reckon, because I was looking for the next project and it came up.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think quite serendipitous. So glad to hear. But, our listeners are going to wonder, given that you've managed to scale the business so far, why are you selling the business right now instead of staying with it and growing it?
The reason for selling this business is because I'm looking to acquire this amazing real estate deal as soon as I can in our town. There's new developments near where I live taking in place, and I want to try and secure the new area before it gets snatched up by the new investors in our town. Other than that, there's no other reasons as to why I'm selling this business, because I do have other projects anyway, so yeah.
Gotcha. Getting into real estate, sure. Let me ask you about your experience then. As you were building the business, what did you find really helped you, that really works for you as you were scaling it?
If there's anything that I learned in this business that I do apply to my future sites and my other businesses, is to know who I'm selling to as a niche and to be passionate about it and put yourself in the customer's shoes before making any efforts or similar. For example, like before we send any emails to the customers, we figure out what the current trend is and go with it with a bit of fun included in the email copy, because we try to incorporate a little bit of fun, like puns, phrases, even with the discount codes, and they do really work well and got amazing results and response from the customers using these tactics. With this in mind, though, it doesn't work for every niche, because that is only the advice I wanted to give other people who sells in other niche. There are a couple of stuff that didn't work as well.
Why don't you share with us what didn't work, on the other hand?
From my memory, it's by copying other competitors of their marketing angles, which didn't work for me. So I make twists out of the same origin, but not entirely copy the idea that our competitors have. And here's an example. Back in the day, I tried to push 50% off in our promos, competing with other competitors who also did 50% off as a hook for their sale promo. What I did was I put it also in 50% for the meantime, but on the sale day of when it actually happened, I changed it back to 60%, which was just a minute before the actual sale. So this way we can capture all of the eye attention potential customers to click our ads instead, because Google search ads, customers only choose what is the most eye-catching for them. So instinctively, when they see 60% off and they see everyone else doing 50% off, I win the auction basically. So that's how I learned from my mistakes before and what didn't work. So I made it work this time.
Awesome stuff, yeah. Those are some really good tips. Let me ask you, when you were building the business, were there any software or tools that really helped you when you first started?
For the softwares, I would just recommend to have at least video editor somewhere, whether it's paid or not, and something like Photoshop or Canva to create amazing videos and images for your ads if you want, which is very helpful and essential part of running this business.
Yeah, that's a good shout for sure. Let me move over to the marketing side of things. Where does the majority of your traffic come from? Is it mainly organic search or paid advertising?
The majority of our traffic currently is by paid advertising through Google Ads and retargeting through Facebook ads who have seen a product page already. And we have been trying to incorporate organic sales, as I recently hired an agency yesterday, January 5th, to handle all of the SEO work. And we're looking to capture the entirety of the niche and the actual product itself, which is what we call real estate in Google Ads, where you just capture everything so they see you everywhere. And yeah, the other traffic methods we are using is email marketing. Well, it's current customer base we have, but we can also target cold customers who has never purchased, but check the box in the checkout with their email and potential sale offers that they can grab. So these two services are done basically by the same agency and their partner agencies. So basically one agency, but two different departments. So everyone knows each other in terms of the teams. And it's an amazing team to be in, doing all the back end work for you. Currently, we're setting up the SEO agency job, and I'm looking forward to taking over with that as of today.
Yeah, that'd be great if you could extend with the SEO arm for sure. Let me ask you though, Ivan, what do you currently do in terms of marketing for the business right now?
I currently only do Google ads and a bit of retargeting on Facebook ads.
Cool. Gotcha. I guess on that note as well, can you just describe to our listeners, sort of on a, I guess, day-to-day or even a weekly basis, what's the type of work that you do on the business for maintenance?
There isn't really much that I do in the store on a day-to-day basis. The only thing I do is spend an hour or two in checking the messages from yesterday's orders and our team chat, follow it up, each of them. This process may take 30 minutes to an hour or two, depending on the day and the busyness of the day, like during peak seasons. The other thing I do from day to day is chat up our amazing support team from time to time to get some kind of interaction going for good vibes. And I do have to check invoices every day and pay it as soon as possible to avoid delays with the orders. Other than that, I usually just work an hour or two in a day just to make sure everything's running okay and the customer inquiries, make sure to give advice to if needed to our support team.
Yeah, definitely makes sense. For someone who isn't familiar with the pet care niche or dropshipping, what would you recommend are some of the skills or requirements someone should learn if they wanted to acquire the business?
Maybe if they were to buy the business, I would teach them how to run basic Google Ads to advanced level if that's needed, because I only touch my Google Ads, let's just say, once every 6 months. And Facebook ads, I would also teach, and I'll teach them what the basic marketing is for the actual product all the way to advanced if needed.
Yeah, cool. What would you say? I mean, if you did stay with the business, what are some of the ways that you try to grow and scale it?
If I were to keep the business, I would try to grow it by utilizing more social media channels. There is many booming ads potential for organic as well and paid advertising like Snapchat ads, Instagram posting, socializing, and Reels, the new version of like TikTok. Yeah, TikTok as well, which is currently the best. It's what everyone is using for the big brands, and they've been doing well with it. And other platforms like YouTube ads or similar. I would also try to launch more products because we have only tried a bit, which can exponentially get the business to make more product selections for current and future customers, which can be a win-win. So the number one opportunity of growth is currently Pinterest, Instagram Reels, and TikTok, which is all organic. If you can get someone to dive into it with passion and dedication to actually grow it. And also, the most important thing to do if you really want to scale to the moon is buying upfront inventory to the USA warehouse local fulfillment for 4-day shipping. And our current supplier does that because he's from United Kingdom and he has a team in China to connect USA and United Kingdom together. So it's all easy and just under one supplier, everything. The only downside of this is there is many styles we have for this product. So you would need a massive inventory needed to be stocked locally. Or you can do what I call a mixed. So you can do drop shipping. And if you have stock in USA, use that. That's it. That's how I would grow this business if I was to keep it. If I had a time, but currently I don't because I have multiple projects right now that is doing better as well.
Yeah, no, it definitely sounds like there's lots of different growth avenues and opportunities there, which is great to hear. But Ivan, businesses will always have inherent risk with them. What would you say are some of the biggest risks with this dropshipping business that a buyer should be aware of?
There are some risks that the buyer should be aware of. One of it is content. In order to stay away from trouble with competitors, you have to produce your own images, videos, which is a big red flag for Shopify, which is the e-commerce platform, as they don't tolerate it. I mean, personally, I would not want another brand competitor to use my content for their marketing promos just to make sure. And it's always best to hire if needed to shoot images and videos. Just be careful with Shopify's policies because they really don't like it. And another risk is also the nature of dropshipping model. You can have multiple competitors, which is what's happening right now in Facebook ads. But the buyer will be safe in Google Ads because I have hundreds and thousands of data into the algorithm. So new competitors won't easily take the top ranking spots that I worked for unless they spend as much, which is very unlikely. Also, we have a new agency who will take up the entirety real estate of the organic traffic with the broad search and the specific searches of our products. And we're excited to see the results of that. Other than that, just keep those risks in mind.
Yeah, that's some really good advice there. Thanks for sharing. So last few questions from me here, Ivan. How much support are you offering buyers?
More than happy to offer 30 days of emails, text, and Skype as well. 2 to 3 calls in Zoom for any help needed for the new buyer. I will also include a Zoom call to go over what I do from time to time, from day to day, which is only the advertising side of things, is where I usually don't touch because it's all automated. So I'll teach them what to do in certain days like Christmas, Black Friday, Valentine sales, because I only do it like very rarely. I don't even check my ads. And yeah, that's it.
Great to hear. Are you willing to commit to a non-compete?
Yes, I would not compete with the buyer if I was to sell at this business.
Awesome. And are you open to seller financing, like negotiating something like an earnout?
Currently not, because I'm looking for as much capital as soon as possible with the real estate that I wanted to acquire in our town.
Okay, makes sense. Last question from myself. If you put yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why would you say that this dropshipping business is worth buying?
I do believe this business will be great for the buyer as it's pretty much all automated. Pay the invoices, pay the agency, pay support team, keep an eye on the customer queries, and that's it. For the ads, it does not require any touching unless major sales like Black Friday, Christmas, New Year's, unless you actively want to. So I believe this is the best business for someone who wants hands-free.
Awesome. Is there anything that you'd like to share that you think I might have missed?
Just keep the tips I have in mind for any buyers, and it's going to be a really great business for you. And the team is literally the best because they actually make jokes, which is what I like. I like good vibes, and it's just a happy atmosphere, especially the email marketing agency. Weekly calls, and we also have, for the new agency that I'm hiring, SEO, we're going to have 2 calls a week. And so for those 2 agencies, you'll literally love them because they keep you up to date with what's happening every day and week to week and month to month. So it's really well done.
Great to hear. Ivan, it sounds like you've built something really awesome here, and I really hope that your business gets picked up from the marketplace soon.
Awesome. Thanks. Thank you for your time.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this listing has already been sold, you can head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing number 49162. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked the listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about the business. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.